Hi everyone, this is Daisy here, aka Professional High Priestess. I just wanted to put out this message for some of you who may be dealing with this energy, and that is the energy of people bringing bullshit and chaos into your life or prolonging situations that are nothing but low vibrational and traumatic. Now, there's a lot to be said about this, so just listen closely. So, you all have to understand when people bring this type of energy into your life, they're being used. They themselves, they're being used as a conduit of low vibrational, dark, negative, satanic, demonic, devil energy to impact you so that they can make you an anchor. They want to change your energy field. They want to rewrite your energy field so that you will be more prone to inhabiting low vibrational energies. That's what they're trying to do in all essence. On another note, these individuals are also their sadists. They derive pleasure from like putting other people through perceived pain or trying to put people through pain or creating havoc and chaos in other people's lives. That's the only way that they can feel happy in their life. Imagine it's basically like imagine you only have the only way that you can feed yourself is by eating off of like rotted flesh. Literally, that's what these people are. That's what they're doing. They can't eat off of light like us. They don't gain joy from happiness. They don't gain joy from meditating. They don't gain joy from healing. They gain joy from low vibrational energies. And that's exactly how their entire life is going to go. These people are very unhappy with themselves. A lot of them are suicidal. A lot of them are addicts. A lot of them, they don't have any purpose in life. They don't even know who they are. They have several personality disorders. They're dealing with dual mental health diagnoses. They're not happy. So they see you and they want to bring bullshit and chaos into your life to make themselves feel better about their life. And for some of you guys, you may be dealing with situations with, a fam court or your children's father or, a second baby mama or, toxic ass coworkers or friends or something like that. And, it seems like they feel like they have some type of power over your life. They don't. They don't. That's why they do what they have to do because they're trying to steal your power. Because imagine it's basically like the mind of someone who performs sexual assault. The only way they can derive power, the only way they can derive pleasure is by forcibly taking it from somebody else. Do you see what I'm talking about here? These are the type of mindsets that these people walk out into the world with. They're sick. And for a lot of you, you've dealt with so much. It's like you're just like one call away from calling the practitioner to facilitate rituals. You're just one step away from like really putting that final nail in the coffin for a lot of people. You'll just be one step away. And because these individuals, they're literally suicidal. They're on a suicide mission. It's a mission that they know that they really cannot fulfill without harming themselves ultimately. They keep on pressing the issue. They'll keep on bugging. They'll keep on doing A, B, C, and D, trying to create chaos and conflict. They're trying to get you to snap so they can say, see, I told you. Or so when you finally like turn on them, you put them out of their misery. No, don't put them out of their misery. Let them get their karma. Imagine how powerful you are when your energy is in a high vibration. Now think about like if you were to flip and route our energy into a low vibrational vibration. Think about how much chaos and destruction you would cause. That's why I say for a lot of us, like light beings, they make fun of us for being kind-hearted and things like that. But no, it's because we ultimately understand how destructive we could be if tested the wrong way. And a lot of people, they're testing your gangster, basically. They're trying to see, okay, well, are they going to do this? Or are they going to do that? Oh, they must be weak. No. Like I said the other day, I put out a message and I was talking about like there's this karmic masculine that was really testing the waters with me. And I told him, I was like, if I was evil, you would be dead by now. But I'm not evil. You see what I'm saying? Because I know that to facilitate any action that this person ultimately deserves, it would actually impact me at the end of the day. It would break my heart and I would lose my divinity. I would bring karma onto my head. I would change my destiny. So I let them continue. You know, for some of you guys, you may feel like they're stopping you from getting the things that you know that you rightfully deserve. That they're not stopping it. They're just delaying it. And what's ultimately going to end up happening is they're going to experience those losses in their life in very traumatic and tumultuous ways. Let me give you an example. Let's say, for instance, you guys are going to court back and forth with your child's father trying to get custody or something like that, and there's interferences and there's spell work and there's fucked up judgments being put off and things like that. While he may think that he's winning in the material world, he's getting serious karma in the spiritual world. And some of you guys are like, that doesn't help me though. How's that helping me when I have to pay him child support? Or how does that help me when my children are still being put in toxic situations? And this is where faith comes in, because everyone's situation is different, right? And this is where also learning how to transmute what's the silver lining in the situation, trying to find that. Talking to other people who've been through something similar. Because there's all kinds of people who've been through something that we've been through, and they can help us out. People who've been through something similar, talking to them to get advice and support. When you try to force a destiny or a purpose that's not in existence, it's not in alignment with the universe. Eventually the universe is going to cancel that out. It's like basically trying to tell the universe 1 + 1 = 4. The universe is like, I don't think so. It's actually 2. And eventually things will be balanced out and rectified. You know, another thing too, this is where it's also about doing your work, doing your clearing work, doing your meditations, doing your prayers and your petitions and things like that. Because trust me, just as much as they're stressing, they're even more stressed out. They're in the 10 of Wands trying to stress you out. Trying to block your destiny, trying to block what's meant for you. Imagine how much, karma they're bringing onto their head for being in opposition to the universe. You see what I'm saying? That's why you're going to see a lot of people who look like they're winning. They're going to be going through depression. There's going to be suicide ideation. There's going to be a need to get on medications. If you're on medication, I'm not knocking you, but for some of these people, they're going to have to be literally sedated to be able to deal with their day-to-day lives. There's going to be major financial losses for people. And it's all because of the way in which they try to play God and tamper and create chaos and conflict in other people's lives and bullshit. Because that sadistic energy, eventually the devil doesn't make a distinction between who is what. Karma doesn't make a distinction. If you want to create that energy in somebody else, you're the conduit for it, right? So when the karma comes down to rectify that energy and to clear out those low vibrations, you get karma for trying to induce it in somebody else. And it's in your Akashic records. It's in your energetic field. Show me someone that's committed all kinds of havoc in the life of other people, harm in the life of other people, bullshit in the life of other people. That's not a person that's happy. No. That's a person that's toxic. That's a person that's sick. That's a person that's suicidal. They don't want to live. That's a person that doesn't know who they are. They have a personality disorder. That's a person who's a sex addict or a drug addict or an alcoholic to compensate for their feelings of lack. Do you see what they give up trying to tamper with you? I'm just going to talk about this real quick. When I went through the situation that I went through with all the gang stalking and shit like that, honestly, it didn't get to me. I was kind of like, wow, about the people that jumped in and were involved in it, but I already knew that karma was going to come for everybody. It was a vortex. I just knew that it was a vortex. I was like, okay, obviously a whole bunch of people need to get karma. It was just a vortex swirling of karma. And it's like the more people that came towards the eye of the storm, which was me, the more they got wrapped up in the bullshit. And they're all getting karma now. I had dozens of people that I didn't even fucking know trying to do spell work on my case, trying to put spell work on me, lying, tampering, doing all kinds of things, using their money and all that, and their connections and all that against me. And it's failing. And these people are dying. And they're getting sick and they're fucking miserable and they look a fucking fool. Do you see what they traded by trying to tamper and interfere in the life of someone else? And there were so many times where I was just like, okay, you know what? Today's the day I called a practitioner and I do what I have to do. Today's the day. But I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to be like them. Because I knew what that would do to my heart. I was like, no, that's too much of a price to pay to have that burden on your shoulder. That's why with a lot of these karmics, and you say, how can they just be okay with the things that they're doing? They're not okay. They have the appearance of being okay. That's why they do the things that they do, to try to make themselves feel better. They permanently make it so that they cannot eat off of light. They have to continue to feed off of darkness. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? It's like basically like, let's say for instance, if you have a colostomy bag, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make light of your situation, but it's like, imagine not being able to ever eat your favorite food again. And you have to eat one food for the rest of your life. And it's like this bland mush. And that's the only thing that you can digest. That's what they do to themselves, yo. That's what they do to themselves. That's why I try to tell y'all, you're going to see there's a trade-off that you get. And it also builds character when you're going through the bullshit and the chaos, if you allow it to. Because in the midst of it, it's like it's so unfair. But think about what our ancestors went through with slavery, and then Jim Crow, and the Spanish Inquisitions, and the witch hunts, and the destruction of the goddess temple and the goddess culture. You know, our ancestors have dealt with a lot of adversity, and this is where the DNA clearing comes in. You know, so don't trigger that memory of being dealing with injustices. You will be the victor in this lifetime. That's why I tell a lot of you guys, you're set up right now. There's no way that you can lose, because your ancestors have dealt with so much that it's like absolutely not. Like, imagine them like on their deathbed, dying from someone else's spells, and they're putting prayers and incantations over themselves, like, and their bloodline. Think about that. Imagine your ancestors going through the Middle Passage, being ripped from their land, and they're speaking curses onto the people that are doing it. Think about that. Imagine someone trying to put you through hell and chaos, not even knowing how strong you are spiritually, and then walking straight into their own demise, and you not having to do anything. Just by nature of them trying to pull that energy out of you, they bring it into their own life. Think about that. Think about that, y'all. And just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. You know, because we've been doing the channeled messages and it's judgment season. A lot of you guys have been seeing the shit manifest in your life. I've been getting a whole bunch of emails and messages from people that are, yeah, this is happening. It came up in the reading and this is happening. A lot of it is happening right now. A lot of judgment is going on right now. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Check the cards. If you don't see it in the cards, wait, you have to know that it's coming. This is just the order. This is the natural order. I'm wearing serpentine today to protect my heart center. Yeah, because when you got a good heart, that's more valuable than gold. Some of y'all don't know that. That's what they really want. They don't want. It's not about trying to embarrass you, shit like that. They want to break your heart. They want to make you dark. It's not gonna happen. And I'm telling you that if for those of you who've like, I've slipped and I went to the dark side, they regret. I'm sure they're gonna regret it. They're gonna regret putting you in that energy. They're going to really regret it. Because for some people, once they go Queen of Swords, once they go Ice Queen, once they go Ice King, it's game over for a lot of people. That's why we let the shit that they do go on for so long. Because we already know intuitively, if I turn, if I flip, and if I do you will hate yourself if I turn around and I do give you what you give other people. If I give you a taste of your own medicine, you will absolutely hate yourself. That's why they do the shit that they do. They want to test. It's like they're poking the lion, and then the lion gets put out the cage, and then what happens? Slaughter. Don't let them get you into that energy. They're sadists. They don't know any better. They have to feed off pain. They can't eat the food that we eat. You know, when you're divine people, you get to eat good. When you're a karmic, you can only eat off just a couple meals. Your body can't digest anything else. Imagine that. Dear bright and loving ancestors, what messages do you have regarding dealing with this, dealing with sadistic energy and coming out on top, preserving our hearts? What messages do you have regarding preserving our hearts? It says here, keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancestors stand beside you. Ooh, I love this. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancestors stand beside you. Your guides and your spiritual team, they're watching too. And they're just taking notes like, oh, yep, that's another lifetime right there. Oh, okay, yep, they're going to be dealing with poverty for this many years. Okay, yep. That's why for a lot of these karmics, you got to let them try to tamper with your shit. Let them try to make you lose. Let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Because at the end of the day, in the spiritual realm, this is what they're going to be dealing with. high vibrational ancestors that have a whole lot of power to judge and give out judgments of that span into next lifetime. See, there's an order. A lot of these karmics that you're dealing with, their ancestors are not even ancestors. They're disincarnate spirits working within those individuals. They can't go into the ancestral realm because of the low vibrational shit they did on planet Earth. That's why they're trying to tamper with you and play with you and all that other stuff. It's not going to happen. You got high vibrational ancestors that are judge, jury, executioner in the spiritual realm. And these karmics are going to have to eventually, they're going to have to get their tea. There's no amount of power. There's no amount of money. There's no amount of lies or no amount of people they can get against you that's going to allow them to usurp or stop your destiny. Period. And the more that they try, the more that they bring hell and hot water in the spiritual realm onto themselves. People don't know when they step with certain people, they create spiritual wars. They don't know that though. And a lot of them don't know how deep the spiritual war really goes. There's certain people's, oh, wow, I'm getting a challenge for somebody. There are specific ancestors, like I said, judge, jury, executioner, that are so high vibrational, they're up with they're unknown ascended masters, basically. They're unknown ascended masters. Just like we know Buddha to be an ascended master, Yeshua to be an ascended master, things like that. There's other ascended masters that we just don't know about. It just wasn't recorded within history, but they may be known within their local village. They may be known within their local country or state. You see that type of thing? And these karmics, they step into that energy to play and tamper. That's why they bring hell and hot water onto their heads. Let them keep on going. At the bottom of the deck, look, you got the initiation, rites of passage, crossing the threshold. That's why the cover photo I put is like, this pain is going to be one day be useful. Yeah, you're going to be able to help other people. I said this last week. Your stories are going to be used as an example. Other people are using themselves as an example. Dear bright and well-loving ancestors, what messages do you have regarding allowing our hearts to be protected? What is this right here? Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Then you got the trust the niggle. This was on the top before. Trust the niggle. Your intuition is going to be talking to you and telling you things are going on. This is what's happening. Listen to your intuition. Even when things look completely crazy in the material, and you're just like, okay, I have to take action. No, listen to your intuition. That's your test. That's your initiation right there. Or do you listen to your intuition? Do you listen to your guides? Because that's how you get more powerful, stronger guides too, as well. Because they're looking down like, okay, if she listens to him and she does everything that he says, this is like a test to know that we can come down and we can fuck with her and do A, B, C, and D and do a whole lot of stuff. Are you listening to your guides? And I'm saying that to myself too, because sometimes it should be looking so crazy in the reality, like, wow, this is like absolutely hella crazy. But my guides are like, no, this is a part of the plan. You are not alone. Initiation here, ancestors. These situations are here to transform you. Let's see. Dear bright and well-loving ancestors, what messages do you have for us regarding keeping our hearts light? What messages do you have for us regarding keeping our hearts light and not letting the karmics turn us into one of them? You got abundance here, yeah, because you got spiritual abundance. Some of you guys are going to be walking into abundance. That's why they're testing and trying you. Yeah, but they're going to be manifesting bullshit while you're going to be manifesting what? New beginnings. Yeah, and then I got the music card. So sound therapies, heart chakra healings and ascensions and meditations, all of that could help you. Dear bright and well-loving ancestors, what messages do you have regarding keeping our hearts light? You got physical activity. Some of you guys may need to start doing some yoga. Maybe you guys need to start doing some running or things like that to move the energy out of your body. What messages do you have regarding keeping our hearts lighter than a feather? Cardio can help. Get that blood pumping, get that blood rushing. You got perseverance here, resilience. Because ultimately that's why they test you, because they know who you are. Every person that's really great throughout history, they have a story. It's like the hero's journey. They have a story of what happened to them that helped them get into their character, helped them get to where they are. You know, before Malcolm X was Malcolm X, he was Detroit Red, running and ripping, hoeing. Brother Malcolm said, okay now. He said, he said, I was in these streets. No. And then he transformed and he went through a whole bunch of bullshit though. You know, his father, they grew up like starving in poverty, you know, having to eat like literally crusts of bread because his father, he was a part of different freedom fighter movements. You know what they did to his dad? They took him and they tied him to a train track. And then when they went to go get the money from the insurance said, well, he committed suicide. So his family ended up continuing to live in poverty because the mother couldn't get a job back then, and then the father couldn't, you know, he wasn't there to provide for the family. So he grew up in a lot of poverty, you know. But look who he turned out to be. That's why I fucks with Brother Malcolm. He's on my altar, my vision board. Dear bright and loving ancestors, what messages do you have for us regarding keeping our hearts light? What messages do you have? What messages do you have for us regarding keeping our hearts light? You got Christ Cola, Sound Healing. Yeah, that came out in another reading in the other deck, music. And then you got Blue Chalcedony, Faith. Like you got Lion Skin here. Tolerance. Some of these karmics will even use magic to try to make you feel depressed, make you feel angry so you can go after them. Imagine you having to use magic to conjure opponents. Like, you see what I'm talking about? Boredom. When working together as a group or a team, I always apply tolerance. Lion skin. This is lion skin. Calls upon the totem Adam lion, known for their courage. Didn't we talk about poking the lion in the cage? Lions are different from other members of the cat family. Instead of being independent, they live in groups called prides. Lion skin foretells you may be called to be a part of or in charge of a group that requires a strong presence, leadership, and organizational skills. Yeah. Get into the heart of a lion. It takes heart. Leo's got big hearts. But tap into that Leo lion energy, even if you don't have it in your chart. Build that courage and that will. Man. And if you have Leo in your chart, if you are Leo, and this is not, I'm not being biased or anything right now, and that Leo's in the third deacon, these people are asking for hellfire because that's ruled by Mars. So Leo's naturally ruled by the sun, right? It shines, exuberance, the sun card. But now imagine the tower. It's like the strength card crossed with the tower. Can you, and then imagine if those planets are then aspecting Pluto. Oh my God. Oh my God. My God. If you understood astrology, you'd probably be laughing right now too, but people be playing with fucking fire. But anyhow, I just had to say that for some astrology freaks. But if you have any planets, specifically moon aspecting Pluto, and you're dealing with this type of bullshit, it's only a matter of time before they conjure up the underworld. So that's all I got to say about that. It's really only a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You see that? You got Chrysocolla here. You got sound healing. And it says here, Chrysocolla combines healing with communication, making it a good stone for counselors and therapists. I got some Chrysocolla right here. It's a beautiful stone. It is a beneficial crystal used with sound healing. So I think that's why I also had the bowl at the very beginning, because I knew that it would help people just settle in and bring their energy in. Chrysocolla balances the emotions. It's powerful. Then you got Blue Chalcedony, Faith. Blue Chalcedony is known as the Faith Stone. It reminds one to have faith and trust that the universe has heard their request. As one is doubtful, impatient, and frustrated, this blocks the universe from delivering what one wants because there's a misalignment of energies. Ooh. But if one is happy and hopeful during the process, things will turn around quickly. See, that's why they want you to be in a low vibrational energy. 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. So they can try to put you in the 5 of Pentacles, but it's not going to happen. I'm a faith-filled person. I remain in good cheer no matter what is happening, and things always turn around in my favor. Yes. Things are working themselves out in the spiritual realm on a higher level. There's a lot going down right now. Get your rose quartz, get your serpentine, get your malachite, do your sound healings to keep your energy going. Because there are certain times when you're going through your journey as well, and whatever you're dealing with, you have to pause and reassess and shift your energetic field and offload the toxicity because it can get very toxic. So it's also the spiritual cleansing, but the ancestors will bring that the purification with water in several ways. And you got to do that to make sure you're doing the detoxification and the purging. Make sure you're purging, 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 purging as you're going through. That builds up the stamina. All right, and that builds up the resilience. All right, y'all. So that's what I had for you. Let's close out. Get ready for the victory lap. You need your energy for the victory lap. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.